Hey guys, I've been out of town for a week on a business trip. I was in Boston, Massachusetts for a couple of days, and then I was in Allentown, Pennsylvania for a couple of days. But I managed to pick something up. I just got home today. It's Friday, but I managed to pick something up on my journey. Picked up a couple things. One of the things I wanted, of course, was Jurassic World. Let me spin this a little bit. There we go. And I managed to pick up the version that I wanted. I mean, there's a lot of versions out there, but I thought this was the coolest one to get for a number of reasons. I thought it would look cool on the shelf. I thought it just really looked neat, I guess, is the main thing. And I really well done. So anyway, I got the Walmart exclusive lunch pail, lunch box. These were apparently selling out in a lot of areas. I found plenty of them where I was at. And it looks really neat. On this side, of course, you've got the embossed Indominus Rex here. I believe that's the Indominus Rex. They had a Tyrannosaurus, but I think it's the Indominus Rex. And then on the back, you've got the Raptors. And these are all embossed. You can probably tell right there. Yeah, you can probably tell at this angle. They're embossed. Yeah. The sides then have the Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World logo, I should say. And inside, I like the way they packaged it. You've got the DVD, the Blu-ray, DVD, digital, the same thing you'd get if you were to buy the this for like $17 or $19, whatever you're getting it for. It's just like $24, I thought, for the case, and I believe it will fit my Jurassic Park trilogy in it that I already have. So I'm thinking I can fit all four in the same thing if I take the insert out that's in there, and it'll be a little heavier, but it should look really nice on the shelf, and it can display either way. And either way I'm going to know, or even this way probably, I'll know it's Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, The Lost World, etc. I really like all the Jurassic Parks, so I was happy to add this. I did watch it. I watched the digital copy. I had not seen it in the theater. And I decided to watch the digital copy while I was out of town since I didn't have a Blu-ray player with me. Or, of course, I use my iPad. I don't take a laptop when I travel. So I did watch I watched it on the big screen too, but I really enjoyed the film. I can see where some criticism, it's not the first one, but nothing will be the first one. The first one kind of had a magic to it, like a lot of Spielberg things do. But for my money, this one was really good. And I really do love this lunchbox. You could actually use this as a lunch pail too if you wanted to. I certainly won't, but it's cool. I really like it. I think from a display standpoint, it's one of the better things I've seen. Practical, I can put stuff in it. If I don't want to put the movie in, I can put a lot of other things in it, put it up on my shelf. So, yeah, I'm liking it. Your mileage may vary, but for me, it was the perfect one to get. I didn't like the little. I like the look of it, but then I thought, well, it's not going to stand on its own. I need something to put it in, or just lean it up against something. I didn't like the fact that the discs were on top of each other. I didn't look to see anybody unboxing it yet to see how it's actually put in there. But I always like just the standard Blu-ray case, which I can also take out of there if I want to and display. So, okay, I got a huge freaking update. I mean, this thing is unbelievably big. I don't know when the last time it was I went through some stuff. Seems like a while. So this thing is absolutely out of control big. There's got to be, I don't know, maybe 70 titles. I'm going to go through them as quickly as I can, but this video may take a little bit. So, The Outer Limits, the final season, picked it up for $7. Really liking it. I'm all the way through disc 3 out of 5 on this one. I'm really liking all the episodes. It's not as good as Twilight Zone, but what is? But it's pretty darn good. I'm really enjoying it. So it's got the cool outer box, and you've just got two thinner case standard DVD cases in here. 3 discs on one of them in the first season and 2 on the second. I'm sorry, 3 discs on the first part of the last season and 2 discs in the second part of the last season. So, yeah, really liking it. Like the box it came in. I think it looks pretty cool. $7 at FYE if you're in the market. Okay, next up, I'm going to do all the DVDs first and then the Blu-rays. Here's an 8 DVD horror collection pack. This is one where you've got 2 discs, 4 movies on each one. So you're not going to get, it does come with a digital code that I apparently can't make work, so I think it's out of date. But each one of these has four 4 movies on it. So you're going to get the kind of quality you'd expect to get probably when you put 4 movies on one disc. But it'll be watchable, no doubt, and it'll be better than probably I think. Most of these are. This is put out not by Mill Creek but by Lionsgate. So Mill Creek I'm usually pretty happy with. We'll see what Lionsgate is. I haven't watched any of these yet. I just picked this up this week. But the movies on here are Waxwork, 976 Evil 2, Ghoulies 3, The Unholy, Chud 2, Chopping Mall, Slaughter High, and Class of 1999. So 8 decent horror flicks. Certainly watchable horror flicks. There won't be any extras on this. Nor do I really care usually about extras on movies of this type. They're not classic movies in my opinion. I don't necessarily need to hear what the director was thinking when he decided to slit the throat rather than bash the brains in. But I'll enjoy these movies for what they are, for entertainment. And yeah, I should enjoy those. Next up is a Supernatural. They had these 4 movie midnight marathon packs at and these are again 4 movies on one disc. These are put out by Universal. I like Universal usually. I'm not sure the quality of these. Again, you've got 4 movies on one disc, so I'm not sure what kind of quality we're going to get here. But the 4 movies are The Return with Sarah Michelle Gellar, White Noise with Michael Keaton, The Skeleton Key, not sure who's in there, maybe Kate Hudson, not sure, and Dragonfly, which looks, all the covers look kind of cool, which I think the Dragonfly has Kevin Costner in it, pretty sure. Anyway, that's the 4 movie pack. Yeah. So I got 3 of these. They were $5 at Walmart. So 4 movies for $5. The second one was the 4 movie midnight marathon pack of Psychos, and they literally mean the movie Psycho. Of course, not the first one, but I already own the first one. So on an Alfred Hitchcock set, so I don't need to own that amongst these. So this is perfect for me. Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4, and Bates Motel. I've not seen Bates Motel. I have seen Psycho, I think it was 2, and I enjoyed it. So I'm sure I'll enjoy these. Again, it's a similar setup where you've got 4 movies on one disc. So they're all going to be the same here. The Supernatural, Psychos, and the last one, Aliens. And I didn't own any of these films either, believe it or not. John Carpenter's The Thing, John Carpenter's Village of the Damned, Virus, which I don't think is John Carpenter, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that one, because then it would make 4 John Carpenters, because They Live as John Carpenter. I'm not sure if Virus is John Carpenter or not, and oh, my eyes are not going to be able to read this. Not even on a good day. It's not bright enough in here right now, and even if it were, I don't think I'd be able to read it. But, yeah. So Village of the Damned, The Thing, They Live, and Virus could be all 4 by John Carpenter. I'm not that familiar with Virus, so I don't know. But the other 3 I am familiar with. Anyway, 4 for $5 again. Okay, now moving on. I picked up this Boris Karloff's collection. I think at FYE. And it's really cool. I really like the way they did this. So what you have here is, and I don't think I showcased this before. It says the master of horror in his most frightening roles. I don't know if that's the case, but it's the franchise collection. It's on DVD. I'm going to show all my DVDs first. It has Night Key, Tower of London, The Climax, The Strange Door, and The Black Castle. And these range in years from 1937, with the Night Key, up till The Black Castle in 1952. But look at the case on this. It's really cool. Got the outline of a body here, what looks like a body, or at least a shadow. And that's cool looking, isn't it? And there's like fog on it, and then the insert or the digipack here. Let me see if I can start to take this out. It comes out this way, I think. Yeah. So you take that out, and you have just the fog that remains, and you've got the Boris Karloff images here. Let's show through the fire. I just really like the way they did that. And I got it for like $3, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Put out by Universal, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Cool looking set, though, I thought. Next, I don't know, this is One Missed Call Trilogy. Got this one really cheap. There's a bunch of discs in here, 2, 4, 6 it looks like. It's something to do with technology and cell phones and spirits or demonic creatures or something being able to get you through your cell phone. There was 3 of them made. I believe it's a Korean film. Again, it was cheap. This was new, actually, I think, at FYE. I think I got all 3 films for like $5. With extras. There's quite a few special features on this as well. So you've got some special features here. So, I don't know. I haven't seen the films or even heard of them, but I'll check them out. For cheap, Reanimator. I didn't pay that for it. So it's $5.99. I think I paid half that for it. Hadn't owned it. DVD, lots of special features. Like the cover on it. So, it's cool. Next, I don't know anything about this one. It's called Believers. Oh, I did read about this one. This is like a cult. And somebody kind of invades the cult. It's like end of the world type stuff, and then the cult is there. Right, this one looked interesting to me. It's like a horror movie with a twist. This one I picked up at Ollie's. There's a few here from Ollie's. 2-disc set. Love the fact that it's embossed. It was the last one they had. It's a tin. It was $3.99. 20 episodes of Leave It to Beaver. And you can see that the beav here is, and the football. Is it a football? Yes. Football is embossed as this beaver, and as are the words Leave It to Beaver. As is the 20 timeless classics or episodes. So, I don't know, Beaver gets spelled, Captain Jack, Water Eddie 1, Beaver's Bad Day. Who knows? Who cares? It's got Eddie Haskell, Wally, the Beav. It's got, it's the whole deal. It's everybody. So, June Cleaver. Yeah. And the father, whose name escapes me, I don't know why. Ward Cleaver, that's who he was. June and Ward Cleaver. And, the Beav. Theodore, the Beaver. Love this show. So I'm really happy. I haven't popped it open yet, but I have to pop it in eventually. I'm sure I'm going to love these episodes. I don't know what kind of quality I'm going to get, but it's Shout Factory. So how bad can it be? Right? Shout Factory. It's got to be pretty decent. Okay, next up. Horror 6-pack. Haven't opened it up yet. This is another Ollie's pickup. It's $4.99 for this one, but 6 movies I thought were pretty good. Bride of Reanimator, Return or Beyond Reanimator, Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, something to the grave, Race to the Grave, Rave to the Grave. Hard to see that. Return of the Living Dead 3, which is supposed to be a pretty good movie. And then Night of the Living Dead 3D. Don't know what that's going to be like. But 6 movies for $4.99 I thought was pretty good, considering it was Reanimator and especially Night of the Living Dead 3, which I hear is a pretty good movie. Okay. Still on the DVDs. The Blu-rays will be next. I bought this once and then had to send it back and I got it again. This is on 2 different discs. You've got 4 movies. Pretty good quality, actually. The Blob, Christine, The Seventh Sign, which is better than some people would say, and Fright Night, which I think is somewhat overrated, but a good movie. It's enjoyable. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a cute movie. It's definitely enjoyable to watch. I'm happy I own it. But if you paid big money for Twilight Time for this movie, I don't know. Hopefully, if you have the Twilight Time one, you got it for a good price. Because I don't think the movie's worth $40 or more. Simply because it's hard to find on a certain edition. The quality of this one looked good. 4 movies for, I think, $9.99. I believe that's what this set was. Might have been less. Maybe wasn't any less than $7.99 though. Pardon me. I think I'm getting a cold from my trip, sadly. Anyway. This one I've had for a while. I just don't ever remember showcasing it, so I thought I would as long as I had a bunch of stack I was grabbing. This is another one of these tin sets. I picked it up cheap at FYE. I think it was like $3 or $4, and I had to get it for that. Never been a huge fan of NASCAR racing, but if I had to pick somebody in NASCAR racing that I did enjoy... Oh, this is my wife texting me. She had a good time. She's picking up some Starbucks. All right, that's good. She got my boys with her. I just got back from the trip. I didn't feel like traveling, so I got my daughter here with me, and she's sleeping. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Dale. It's a tin. This is embossed. Dale is embossed. It looks kind of cool. It was brand new. It was like, I don't know, $3 or something. And it comes with a crap load of things. There's 6 discs in here. Dale the movie, which is narrated by Paul Newman. Disc 2 features an alternate openings, bloopers, deleted scenes. Disc 3 is the 2000 Winston 500 race with Richard Childress commentary. I think he won that race. Disc 4 is Daytona. Dale Earnhardt's greatest moments from the Daytona 500 races in 1986, 1990, 1997, and 1998. Yeah. So, and then you've got like I guess it's like a book, like a digit book or something, isn't it? I can't remember what, I looked at this, but it's like a book in here. So you've got all the discs in this digit pack, which I like. By the way, there's ways to take these discs out of here without scratching them at all. So those people who say you got to scratch them to get them out, I think you're wrong. And one of these days, they're going to make a video of the Smallville one I have, which has all the seasons of Smallville. People always complain about that. It's hidden up there somewhere behind a few things. But I'll show you how to get those discs out of there safely. If anybody's interested, let me know if you own that set or any set like that where they're wedged in and you're thinking, man, I'm going to scratch it, get it in or out. There's ways to do it without scratching. I promise you, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. I'll put this down on the floor. I don't want it to fall. I'm going to put this whole stack on the floor of DVDs that I just went through. There we go. I still got 4 more. Dreamcatcher, Dolores Claiborne, Cat's Eye, and Creepshow. 4 from Stephen King. Couple of anthologies down here. I really liked Dreamcatcher a lot. It's sort of an alien invasion / supernatural thing. And Dolores Claiborne's, of course, a mystery surrounding a daughter who may have killed her parents. Yeah, I think that sums that one up. Most people know Cat's Eye and Creepshow. This has got individual discs for 2 of these, and then sadly a flipper for Cat's Eye. Dreamcatcher and Dolores Claiborne have individual discs, and Cat's Eye and Creepshow are the dreaded flipper disc. Hate the flipper disc, but like the movies. All right, these 3 are all got from Ollie's for cheap. $3.99 for the Orson Welles Film's Master Magician, Orson Welles. Thank you. Lady from Shanghai, The Southern Star, The Stranger, and David and Goliath, all starring Orson Welles. Yeah, these are 4 classic movies. Great performances by the master. And over 5 hours of entertainment here, I believe. For $4. Can't beat it. So, real happy to add this to the collection. Next one I'm really looking forward to watching. I haven't popped it open yet, but I will. Of course, I've been out of town. $3.99. I picked this up right before I left. It's not a great savings from what you can get it elsewhere, but I've just never seen it elsewhere. Johnny Carson, Late Night Legend. I have the There's Johnny box set, which has a lot of the Tonight Show stuff. But this has got 35 episodes from The Johnny Carson Show, which predated The Tonight Show. Carson's Cellar has 1 episode. The Johnny Carson Morning Show has 1 episode. Who Do You Trust? The Jack Benny Program, Bobby Darin and Friends, Frank Sinatra Timex Special. Timex All-Star Comedy Show hosted by Johnny Carson. Sid Cerise, 2 episodes. Colgate Comedy Hour, or Sid Caesar, I'm sorry. The Martha Raye Show, The Shower of Stars, Stars in the Eye, and The Milton Berle Show. All these have appearances by Johnny Carson. Love Johnny Carson. Thought he was a great entertainer, great on his feet, great comedian, and the best talk show host we're likely ever to get. So, here we go. If you never saw Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show, what a shame. I recommend you Google that on YouTube and just see the guy in action. The guy was a class act. And finally, I bought this for my son. It's a Christmas present. I'll put it away until then, I guess. DVD of the Steelers, the complete history. I think it was $4.99. So it's got the Super Bowl wins they had summarized and some of the history on the coaches and the players and so on. It looks like a good set. It's a 2-disc set, nicely packaged. He will enjoy that. Okay, that's the DVDs. On to the Blu-rays. 20 minutes in, man, that's a lot. Let me see the Blu-rays. I got more Blu-rays, but let me see what I can do to go through them quickly. I ordered Christine. It had some dings in here. I don't know why. It didn't come with the slipcase, so I told them the case was damaged. Didn't they send me today for free? Of course, I got to send the other one back. This Christine with the slip, perfect shape. Haven't opened it. I don't know. It wasn't today that they sent it, but it was while I was gone. So I was real happy to see I got the slip. With the slip looks really nice with this. And I'm happy to have the slip for Christine instead of just the dinged up case. This one was an exclusive from Zavvi, but and I got it for cheap. I think it was like $10. Yeah, I don't know much about this, but I like the case just because it was red. Studio Canal puts it out. We Are Still Here. From producers of House of the Devil, and starred Barbara Crampton from Reanimator. So that sounded pretty good. Yeah. I like the cover. I like the red, the Blu-ray case on this one. I don't think there's anything special about it. There's not many special features on this or anything, so I don't really know why Zavvi was promoting this. Of course, they promote these things once in a while. There's not much to them, except for they limit the amount of them. This was limited to 500 copies, but I think it's just the case. I don't see anything special about it. But anyway, I got that. Not because it was a special release or anything, because I thought the case was cool. All right, next, onward and upward. Bruce Willis, The Sixth Sense. Why didn't I own this? I don't know. I got it for $7 off Amazon, brand new. A lot of, it was the second movie I took my wife to. Can't believe she went to see this with me. The first movie we saw was The American President. This was the second movie. The third movie we saw was Nixon, which we enjoyed all three, but she was freaked out by this one, so she won't watch it again. She's not a fan of horror at all, in any way. She didn't like anything scary, or even like a murder thing. She didn't like a serial killer thing or anything, even if they don't show any blood or anything. So naturally, there's no way she'll watch this one. This one I picked up for, I think it was $4. This is the shitty This is the remake of, I may like it though. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I may like this one. I know a lot of people hate it, but see, I'm not one to revere the first one as much as some people. I like that what Tobe Hooper did with the limited budget, being able to take people who weren't really, any sort of name actors or actresses. In fact, I'm not even sure all of them were. And even though it's over the top and cheesy as hell, I am entertained by it. So don't get me wrong. I think it's an entertaining movie. I just don't think it's all that scary. I do think the screams feel real, and it feels like the person is scared. I'm just not scared. But I don't know about this one. We'll see. Maybe what people hated about this one I will like. I am not sure. I like the cover, and for like $3 or whatever I paid for it, not the $24.99 they have listed here, but we got an FYE. That was pretty cool looking. All right, anyway, enough of that. What's up next? Contamination. Arrow Blu-ray DVD combo pack, reversible cover. I like the commissioned art. Some people like an Aliens movie, I guess, from the look of it. They got the pods. Apparently they're going to open up, and I'm going to guess creatures are going to come out of it. Don't know. Haven't watched it. Mama. Jessica Chastain. Event Horizon. I might have shown some of these before. I'm not sure. Child's Play. Didn't own it. If I was going to own one, that's the one to own. Like the cover. Love Sarah Michelle Gellar. The Grudge might be good. I do not know. But for what I paid for it, like $3, I'm not going to complain. FYE, if you have an FYE near you, you can find all sorts of horror, especially Blu-rays, for oftentimes cheaper than you can find the DVD. I don't know why that is. I asked them one time, and the only answer they had for me is that sometimes they get more of the Blu-rays in or something, so they charge less for them. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It didn't make any sense to me, but I'm not running FYE. It says it's the scariest movie of the year. I doubt it. It's called Pulse. It's unrated. I don't know anything about it, other than I got it for like $4. And yeah, I don't know. Looks like it could be scary. It's got something to do with stuff coming through electronic devices. Man, I'd be in trouble. With all the ones in this house, holy shit. I'd be in big trouble. Dog Soldiers. This is one that Sam mentioned to me. I hadn't heard of it. Basically, it's a group of soldiers out in the woods running, various drills and so on and so forth, but with live ammo, apparently. And they come across some werewolves. Why not? And then they have to shoot them and kill them while they're holed up in a some sort of a bunker-like situation. And yeah, sounds cool. Something different anyway. Oh, this is not really. This is old news. I got this for like $3. Priest. Have never watched it. This is old news. So this is just happened to be in the pile that I grabbed. It's not new. Not sure I would showcase it though, but it's not new. This is new though, relatively. This is the Avengers, the Steelbook. This one happens to have good old Ultron on the back. Why not? He's a badass. I didn't like this as much as the original Avengers movie, but I knew I wouldn't. But I liked it well enough to say it was worth a buy, and I'm glad I own it. I'm a sucker for superhero movies anyway. This one I got for $5, but it might as well be new. Poltergeist off FYE's website. Yeah. Poltergeist. Like it. It's the digibook. Even like this on it instead of, I'm okay with that. Classic Steven Spielberg film. I know they say he didn't direct it, but he might as well. Toby Hooper directed it, but it feels a lot like Steven Spielberg when I watch it. The Pyramid, I think I did a review of this one. I didn't do the showcasing. So it's about a group that's looking for, they find a really, really old pyramid, where it shouldn't be, or they never found one like it. And they call off the expedition because I think their air quality was bad. One of the guys gets killed by some of the air escaping from this thing. It's some sort of bad gas in it. So the funders tell them to come out and get back. But of course, the father-daughter who discovered it doesn't want to do that. And so foolishly they enter the pyramid. And you can only imagine that it's probably not going to be good when they do, and it's not. Let Me In. I also did a review of this one. It's the American version of Let the Right One In. Great movie. Like the original better, but nothing wrong with this one. It's definitely worth a watch. And it's a little different. It's a little different take on it, so I think it's worth owning both. Revenge. Love this movie. Kevin Costner, Anthony Quinn, the absolute gorgeous Madeline Stowe. She's married to Anthony Quinn. Kevin Costner can't resist her, vice versa. Anthony Quinn is about the most jealous bastard on the planet. He figures out that they had been sleeping together, and he sets off to try to ruin her life. He is good friends with this guy, Anthony Quinn is, so he doesn't do much to him. He seems to take it all out on her. But then the title Revenge It's not so much Anthony Quinn's revenge, it's Kevin Costner's revenge we're talking about. He is not a happy guy when he finds out what happened to this beautiful woman. And who can blame him? It's a great movie. I love this movie. I love Madeline Stowe in it. I love the cinematography in it. I really like Kevin Costner in it. I thought Anthony Quinn was a suitable bastard in it. Really good movie. If you have never seen Revenge, I really recommend it. And I got it for cheap. You can get this, if they have any left, they can get it off Amazon for like $5. And there's extras on it too. Speaking of $5, I got all the rest of these for $5. They came with the digital copy, which I've already added. I'm really sort of like taken with, pseudo crush, I guess you'd say. On if I had to make a list of like actresses that I could like my do list or whatever, people, married people do this stupid list from time to time. You see it. What's on my list if I ever get a chance to do this person, and the wife will have the same list, and she'll have on it John Bon Jovi or whoever women put on their list. This one might be on mine. Reese Witherspoon. I just really like her. I think she's a cutie. I think she's a great actress. I like most of what she's in. And this one should be good. Wild. Really looking forward to seeing that movie. Speaking of beautiful women, L.A. Confidential with Kim Basinger. She won an Academy Award for her performance in this one. But there's other people in this movie with her and a ton of extras. $5 with the digital copy at Best Buy. Don't know if they're still doing that. Was it $5 or was it $6.50? I think it was $5, but I wouldn't swear to her. I think it was $5. Yeah, $5. I believe I paid. There was a woman there when I had a whole stack of them. And there was a woman, like, she went over to the Best Buy person. She's like, "Is there something wrong with those discs? Like, are they don't play or something?" He's like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, they're so cheap." She was looking at the DVDs, which I think were like $4 or something. And I said to her, "No, ma'am, there's nothing wrong with them. That's why I have a whole stack of them in my hand. They just either have too many of them or something. But there's nothing wrong with these." And you get the digital copy. Which I like to have the digital copy, but if you don't, you can sell it. Speaking of digital copy, this one came with the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital copy. And it's called, I wanted to buy this for my daughter and watch it with her when it first came out, but I thought it was a little pricey because they wanted like $24 for it. Now it was down to $5, and why not? Earth to Echo. It just looks like a cute movie. E.T.-like. Even the little finger pointing is like E.T., I guess, a little bit. So I think I'll like it. I think my daughter will like it. We'll see. It's rated PG. I don't know why the PG, so I'll have to check. I never owned this movie, and I don't know why. Special features, commentary by the writer, producer, director Michael Mann. Love Michael Mann. So it was worth it just to have him, a movie that he directed, and have his comment. But then you've got Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I mean, Tom Sizemore, and Val Kilmer. I'm talking about Heat. Yeah, nice flick. Ooh, look how it hits on the truck right there. Looks cool. I'm talking about the light. Very nice. Okay, Heat. Next, triple pack. Well, let's first get to this. Last House on the Left. This is the Toby Cooper unrated version. Yeah, good, gritty. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you've got a grittiness to this. I'm sorry, this is Wes Craven. Why do I do that? It's Wes Craven. I knew it was Wes Craven. It's Wes Craven, but you'll see similarities to Texas Chainsaw Massacre by Tobe Hooper, because there is that grittiness, that those characters that are kind of over the top, almost, well, not almost, very stereotypical. I mean, the bad guy's so freaking bad, you wonder if he's a cartoon character. The boy in this, who's supposed to be kind of easily manipulated, I suppose, and easily threatened, is almost, he almost seems mentally challenged in some way, or exceptionally dopey. He's like a cartoon character. But anyway, Last House on the Left, like it. Thought it was a decent movie. It's a 7 or something like that for me. for a horror 7, not an overall like Gone with the Wind 7. But there's a difference. But for horror movies, somewhere around a 7 or so. And then I got The Last House on the Left. I bought this just for this. The more modern one. I like the modern one, so I wanted to own that too. It's an unrated version as well. Then I got The Strangers, which I'm hearing mixed reviews on. Some people are saying not so good. Some people are saying good. And then A Perfect Getaway, which I heard doesn't belong on this set for some reason because it's a different kind of movie. But I don't care. It's just 3 movies. I'll deal with it. But they are on separate discs. So if I wanted to, I could take The Great Getaway out of there and put it in its own disc, but I don't think I'll do that. Jennifer's Body. It's nice. And the movie's good. Amanda Seyfried. And, yeah, you know who she is. Megan Fox. Yeah, that's who it is. I was looking at her, looked into her eyes there, and I got lost. She's a hottie. Good movie though, despite the fact that there's 2 hotties in this. It's a good movie. Sometimes the movie star gets overcomes the movie in some ways, but I thought it was a good movie. These are the Walmart ones that have the cards. That last one was too. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like this cover, much better than the pod they put on it. So this is cool. I got this for $3. I thought I was doing good. Blu-ray DVD, brand new. Sissy Spacek, John Travolta. This was at FYE. Like the cover, very typical. You can tell it's old. Look at the size of the print on the Blu-ray DVD. I don't think they've. Tons of extras on this too. Yeah. Yes. Next, this is going back to those Best Buy $5 ones. Blu-ray, DVD digital copy. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The light. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. The Lightning Thief. It's disturbing. It's a quiet neighborhood. What are they doing? Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. One of my boys really likes this. He's a big fan of Harry Potter, and he likes Percy Jackson also. I think he read both books. All the Harry Potter books and all the Percy Jackson books. And when I say both books, I mean both series. I've seen part of the first one. I have not seen any of this one. I think it'll be good, though. A romance, I guess. Chloe Grace Moretz. If I Stay. I was hoping my wife would watch this with me. I don't know anything about it. It sounded good, though. The Usual Suspects. Wide variety of people in this one. Stephen Baldwin. Gabriel Byrne, who I really like. He's usually a villain. Chaz Palminteri. Kevin Pollak. Kevin Spacey. Yeah, Benicio del Toro. Yeah, good stuff. Usual Suspects. Some sort of robbery, bank robbery, crime, caper thing, I think. And it says on there, who is Kaiser Soze? I don't know. Do you ever find out? Another one I thought my wife would like. But I like these types of things too. From time to time. I'm not just Criterion or horror or James Bond or TV shows. I do enjoy the romance stuff sometimes. Safe Haven. Know nothing about it, but I'm looking forward to hopefully watching this with my wife at some point. Getting down to the end here. Escape from New York. They sent me the magnets thing. Were all the way they put them in this big envelope. This movie. And the magnets, they just kind of folded the magnets over and put them down in the bag along with this. So I wrote them and said, these magnets are all like, I'm going to say ruined. They're all creased, and one of them's torn, and not terribly, but it's supposed to be some sort of a collector's item. I don't want it all torn up. So they're sending me another one, which is nice of them. They said they're going to flat pack it in a hard container for me so it doesn't get ruined. So I thought that was a pretty class move there. So thank you, Scream Factory Shout Back. I just learned that these iMovie on the iPad has a limit, 40 minutes maximum recording time for a single video. I have to piece it together with if I want it to be longer than that. So I'm piecing it together now. So anyway, Escape from New York was the movie that came with the magnets. Couldn't believe I didn't own this one, but it was on sale on their Shocktober sale. So pleased to add Escape from New York. Great movie, great action adventure movie. You know, it's kind of like an apocalyptic type thing. It's certainly a future situation where New York City is surrounded by walls, basically, to keep the criminals in. They've just decided that New York's so freaking bad anyway. Let's just put all the criminals there. We pretty much have most of them there already. It's not true, but let's put more there and just turn it into like a penal colony. Well, that sounded like a great idea, but the president's plane crashes. Who's going to go in and get this guy now? There's all these badasses in there. We didn't think of that. We thought we'd keep all the badasses in there, let them kill each other, but now we got the president in there, played by Donald Pleasance, who's great, by the way, and everything he does, Donald Pleasance is great, and great in this as well. So he's in there, and now he's getting, so who do they send in? Well, Snake Plissken. Who else? Snake Plissken, played by Kurt Russell, is a badass himself, and they, because they don't want the guy to run off and become part of the criminal group within New York or whatever, they put this thing in him where he's only got 24 hours. So let's just, why do they make it 48? I don't understand the 24-hour thing, but let's make it 24 hours, and if he can't get the president out, then he dies. So now he's got to get the president out in 24 hours. And of course, Adrienne Barbeau's in this and some others, but tons of extras on it. What do you expect? It's a Scream Factory. You're going to get quite a few extras, and this one does. Love the commissioned artwork on this thing. Really looks sharp. Winding down. What do we got left here? Oh, we just got one left. One Blu-ray left. But it's a beauty. And, what a great one to release after the sad and tragic end that Robin Williams had. I'm a big Robin Williams fan. I have been for years. Not so much a Mork and Mindy fan, but his stand-up comedy, his improvisational skills were second to none. The man was a maniac and manic on stage. And of course, Disney just released Aladdin onto Blu-ray. And I think what a great role for Robin Williams. He can go totally manic as a cartoon genie. What better opportunity? This is the digibook from Target. Isn't it pretty? And it, suitably, I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't want it like this. This has got the you get the storybook, and isn't that perfect for a Disney thing? It's all about the artwork, isn't it? The story. So it's got a obviously reduced look at that. It's a beautiful cover, it really is. Look how the glow from the candle really highlights the bottom there. Nice. And then you've got the magic lamp. Ooh, look at the candle on that one. How nice. Aladdin's lamp. Aladdin. Well, I'd go through all these again as a recap like I sometimes do, but there's too freaking many. I can't do it. There's got to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I have 70 titles maybe. And we finished them off in 43 minutes. That's not too bad, guys. I'll do some showcasing on some of these in separate videos, especially the Jurassic Park one probably, and I'll do a review of that since I watched it. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. Enjoy your Friday night, weekend, week, whenever you get a chance to watching this. If you like it, give the thumbs up, give the subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you are, welcome. Hope you enjoy this. I try to give, this one was kind of a quick one, but I try to give my thoughts on movies and things, and not always what everybody else thinks, and that's okay. I enjoy hearing what other people think and hearing what their thoughts are on movies. Huge movie fan, as you can see by the collection. I'm a huge collector. I always have been, whether it be baseball cards, comics, vinyl albums, and I wish I would have hung out in my vinyl collection. I sold them all some years back and went to CDs. But now vinyl's a huge deal, isn't it? Anyway, I've always collected something, and then VHS tapes, DVDs, now Blu-rays. So, yeah, it's just kind of who I am, I guess. And I guess if you're watching this and you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about. A couple shout-outs, maybe. Why not? Falagar. Used to be Falagar 517. Sammy. I call him Sam, but most people call him Sammy. Great guy. Hails from the Chicago area. Really nice guy. He very generous. He's a big supporter of the movie community. So you know, I do shout outs very, very infrequently. Sam can always think of all these people. I'm afraid I'm going to leave somebody out. And I oftentimes do, and then I feel bad later, but, which is why, and I don't know, you know, I can't always think of all of them. I need to write them down. A collector of stuff. He's somebody that I sometimes forget, but I really like his videos. He unfortunately had some heart issues for a little bit. I think he's better now. A wonderful pianist. And just a great collector of stuff. Movies, comics, you know, figurines, Hot Wheels, just a wide variety of stuff. Really enjoy his channel. He needs to make more video. Kubrick Lover 1972, who is kind of more of a laid-back dude, really into, obviously, Stanley Kubrick, but also into Criterion stuff. He has a lot of Criterion Collection stuff. He's somebody you don't see a lot of. He is pretty laid back. He writes his own poems, and they're really nice. And sometimes he'll put the poem to, like, I guess it's video that he shot, that maybe whether it be a stream or woods or something. It's pretty cool. So I enjoy watching him. Collector 1138. Do I have that right? The Collector 1138. But he makes so infrequent. He does so infrequent videos now that I can never. It's Joel. He's off to college. I wish him well. He's a great guy. Very big Criterion collector. J Mal Jesus is a. These are all their YouTube names. You can look up J space MAL. He owns more Criterions than anybody I know. I think he's got the entire collection. And there are over 700 now, I think. I have a paltry amount compared to that. He has a lot. And knows more about Criterion movies than anybody else I know. So he's a great person to subscribe to. Aaron Penn, great guy, Canadian, Canada. Really good guy, though, and very knowledgeable. I enjoy his videos. I follow behind on a lot of these guys' videos. I made a comment here and there. But Aaron's a great guy. He's definitely worth a watch. Scumbag Allen, who was having doubts about doing the videos like we all do from time to time, just not getting as many subs as he'd like. I told him to hang in there. He's got good stuff. I mean, you just have to keep doing it. And eventually, you get a group that will subscribe to you. Sometimes they'll watch it, sometimes they won't. I guess it's like anything else. It's like YouTube's like flipping through the channels on the TV. Sometimes you'll find something you like, and sometimes you don't. And you may like the topic that the person has sometimes. I know a lot of people watch my Criterion stuff, but they're less enthused about my horror stuff. I know other people who do almost exclusively horror, and they get quite a few views just on the horror, but they've latched into that horror community. Whereas I'm kind of on the outskirts of it, I think. I'm not... I like horror movies, and I've gotten more and more into them thanks to guys like Aaron Penn. But it used to be my favorite genre years ago, but I've gotten disillusioned over the last 30 years or so with horror movies. And I still prefer the movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s to movies after that, for whatever it's worth. Although there's some, Alien, Poltergeist, The Exorcist, although that's older. Halloween and Halloween 2. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. And the other one that he did, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it 5 or something? I don't know. Whatever the two that he made were. Wes Craven, I mean. So, yeah. Anyway, Aaron Penn. I mentioned Scumbag Allen, who got me on my tangent. Skin Slip, he's kind of a wild man. The guy, it's fine about Manic. The guy can talk about movies. He's very knowledgeable. You watch him on one of the hangouts that Falagar does in particular, man. He just like goes off on these not rants, but he'll go off on he's very passionate, which I really love about him. His name is Brandon, first name. And I really love the fact that he's so passionate about movies. He's passionate about art and movies and directors and all that. He has some very, very strong opinions, which I respect. I do happen to agree with him. But even if I didn't agree with him, I would still respect him for having the passion that he has to voice his opinion. So he's an interesting dude. And I'm leaving out, I know I'm leaving out a lot. Cinemaniac 77. Not that he needs my help with subscribers. He's got a crap load. Way more than I do. Absolute Sublime 1, ditto. You know, these guys don't need my help. These guys, not that any of these guys need my help. They're all doing great stuff. But if you can expose them to a few more people, and they watch them and subscribe and mention them, you know, that's how stuff happens. Unless you make a viral video. And Brandon almost did. Watch his video when he rants about John Carpenter. That thing, he's got like death threats apparently. That skin slip. Go out and watch that one, man. That video probably should be viral. Anyway, I've rambled on way too much. This thing's going to be like an hour long. It's going to take me forever to upload it. Probably days before it makes it onto the tube. But enjoyed making it. I'm going to put all these away. But have a good evening. And see you guys soon. Take care. Ooh, the lighting looks better like that. All right, take care, guys.